What's up, guys? Me here today. I'm just going to talk about something really quickly because it's getting under my skin. People are being very misinformed. So let me quickly talk about it in the regards to Amazon and the Titanfall 2 Vanguard Collector's Edition. Many people are being misinformed with this. Okay, so basically what has happened is a lot of people have been told they're not going to get their pre-order. They're not going to get the helmet. Amazon messed up. It's false advertising, all that kind of good stuff. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm not saying Amazon is wrong with this because they didn't have enough of these editions basically allocated. And I'm watching one video that I don't really want to talk about, but he's a big reviews channel guy, and he says that basically you have to go into Amazon. They gave you a notification saying that you have to accept a delay. And then whoever accepts that first, the first few people that accept it, wind up guaranteeing that they're going to get this collector's edition. Speaking of collector's editions, there's a whole lot of mine back there. But anyways, that you're guaranteed. It becomes a first come, first serve basis. That is so wrong. It's so very wrong. That's not what actually happened, because I had to do that. I had to verify that I was not going to receive my collector's edition on October 28th when the game launched. But I also bought the digital deluxe edition so I could play it right at 12:01. But anyways, that's not what happened to me. And guess what? My edition's coming. I'm getting the Vanguard helmet. And I'll tell you why I'm getting it and why what I'm saying is more accurate. So what happened is it became available, I believe, on June 12th to pre-order, okay? So what happens is with anything that you pre-order, it's always a good idea to pre-order games, right? And here's why. And for games specifically, it's in case the price goes up. It doesn't normally happen too much in the US, but it does happen occasionally in the UK and where I live in Canada and a few other countries. So if you pre-order it, it means you're guaranteed that price that it was originally advertised. For example, Modern Warfare 2, the Prestige Edition, I got it for $120. Well, it came with the night vision goggles. It's 120 Canadian. Eventually it went up to about 160 Canadian a few months later because they had to go back to the military and get more night vision goggles because they let the pre-orders be open a lot longer than they were supposed to, and that's what happened with Amazon here. So anyways, the Vanguard edition became available for pre-order on did I say July earlier? I'm sorry, I meant to say June. I think I said July. Anyways, it became available on June 12th, okay? You know, around the time the EA Play, E3, all that kind of good stuff. So I pre-ordered it the day it became available, within like an hour after they threw it up online. And this is only an Amazon exclusive. People are saying that Amazon had bought the rights to all of it. No. It's an Amazon only exclusive because there was such limited quantities. They couldn't sell it at Best Buy, EB Games, GameStop, Amazon, Walmart. They couldn't sell it at all these places. So they had to pick one, so they picked Amazon. And why they picked Amazon? Because it would be cheaper for them to send it to Amazon and for Amazon to deal with it than for other third-party companies or fourth-party companies, so to speak, to get it later on. It's probably cheaper for Respawn, and Amazon will make a better margin on it. So what had happened is after pre-order became available, I pre-ordered it, right? About 48 hours after pre-order was open, so I'm now saying on the 14th, Amazon stopped allowing pre-orders on this. You could not pre-order it anytime after the 14th. Just hold on for just a little bit. You couldn't pre-order it anytime after the 14th. So in my mind, that means what had happened was they were no longer accepting pre-orders because they had met their quantities. They had reached the limit, which we all kind of knew this was going to be very, very, very limited. For some reason, people thought it wasn't. You see this Black Ops 3 fridge here? You see that Juggernog fridge? Yes, that was limited. There was 1,100 of those made. 1,000 of them made it into consumer hands. I was one of those 1,000 people. Why? Because I pre-ordered it the first day it became available for pre-order. And within 24 hours, they were all sold out of the pre-orders. That's why you pre-order things, to guarantee that you're going to get it, especially collector's editions. Now, again, I know Amazon kind of misrepresented. Oh man, I can't talk. They misrepresented this by allowing pre-orders to continue. So basically, again, what happened? After around June 14th, they stopped allowing pre-orders for the Vanguard edition. 72 hours later, so around the 17th, they reopened up pre-orders for the Vanguard edition, which at first I was like, okay, well, maybe some people wound up canceling it and, that's fine. So it's back open. But then days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months, and they were still allowing people to pre-order it. And I had a feeling that somebody's going to get screwed. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to get screwed that aren't going to get this edition because they waited way too long. People like me who pre-ordered it on the first go around were guaranteed to get it because we pre-ordered it first. That's what pre-ordering does. It gives you your item. You're guaranteed to have that item. And then this YouTuber who goes on to say that if you pre-order a game through Amazon, right, or a collector's edition, you've paid for it. You haven't paid for it. I haven't been charged. I have now, but up until yesterday, I wasn't even charged yet for my Vanguard edition, and I pre-ordered it way the frig back in June. Why wasn't I charged for it? Because the game wasn't available. They can't legally charge you to pay for something. I know eBay is a little bit different, and some other things are a little bit different, but basically they can't charge you to buy something that's not coming out for months. It doesn't work like that. My Visa card was just charged yesterday when they officially shipped the Titanfall 2 Vanguard edition. So I have that edition coming. People are very misinformed. Yes, Amazon was wrong. Yes, they shouldn't have allowed pre-ordering to go back up after they took it down. But maybe they threw it back up and they forgot about it. They were being ignorant. They maybe, who knows? Maybe Respawn lied themselves and said there's going to be more copies or more versions of this collector's edition than there really were. You pre-order this back in August or September, you're likely not going to get it. Not a collector's edition this limited, this expensive. It's just not a thing. And I don't want to sound like I'm a dick, but really it's a case of I told you so. Why would you wait so long to pre-order it? Because you may not like the game? Who cares? Okay? It's a sweet collector's edition, but let's say the game matters to you the most, and it does for me as well, but I love collector's editions. But let's say you pre-order it. I pre-ordered this on the June 12th, and then sometime in August or say July or whatever, I'm like, you know what? I don't want anything to do with this game. I don't want to have anything to do with Respawn, Titanfall, nothing. Then I cancel my pre-order. I was never charged any money. They basically had to hold the place for me. And then somebody else would wind up picking up that pre-order. So somebody else on that list that has people that weren't going to get it, that person would now get it, the next person on the list. It's all a first come, first served basis when you pre-order. That's why you pre-order things. Okay, yes, it was wrong. Yes, Amazon misrepresented. Man, 2 o'clock in the morning and I can't speak at all. But basically that's what had happened is they reached their max pre-order 48 hours into allowing it to be pre-ordered. They canceled pre-orders. 72 hours later, they put it back up. And then that's when things got bad. Now, people will be like, well, how do you know this information? Let me tell you, things like Call of Duty and Titanfall, I know like the back of my hand. The only people that probably know more than me are the people who get access to play the games before I do, and the developers themselves. I'm one of the biggest fans in the world of Call of Duty, not recently, but anyways, of Call of Duty and of Titanfall, so I know these things. And how do I know them? Because I do my best to make sure that I'm going to be the first for pre-orders, like this Juggernog edition, like the Vanguard edition. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. When E3 or EA Play was around the corner, I kind of had a feeling that they were going to announce the Vanguard edition and it would be available for pre-order. But it would be very limited. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen because that happens all the time with every game. Around a big gaming event, Gamescom, Eurogame, EA Play, E3, any of those collector's editions that are available or that will happen with that game, they're going to come out around that time. So pre-order it as fast as you can. That's why pre-orders are important. And yeah, it sucks that a lot of people aren't going to get their Vanguard edition, but it is while supplies last. Amazon was wrong. They misrepresented the thing. But you know what? It is what it is. And this is actually what happened. So I know my video never gets a lot of views, and it never will, but that's okay. For the people that do watch this, that do follow or see this randomly or come across it randomly, then you'll know. That's why you didn't get the Vanguard edition if you pre-ordered it. That's why. Because you didn't pre-order it soon enough like you should have.